Welcome to Ecomm Cowboy. This is D2C's daily show where we believe ads are not bad. Ignorance is expensive and the American dream is alive and well on the internet today. It is Wednesday, May 13th, 2026 in the year of our Lord. We're coming to you live and in living color from an undisclosed yet beautiful outside location in the Austin, Texas hills. We're brought to you by Incense, Seguno, Postscript, Rocked, Aftercell, Axon by AppLovin, Proxima AI, and Universal Ads. And we have got a jam-packed show for you today. Shopify has released a report that AI-referred shoppers convert better and spend more. Are you not bullish on e-commerce in 2026? Amazon has ditched Rufus officially. They have kicked Rufus, their AI chatbot, out of here and replaced him with a fancier version of Alexa. We're going to talk about it and get into it. Being hot, very hot, has let the entirety of the interwebs know that actually we won't be getting those meta refunds from March. We are all disappointed, and he is a little hot and underneath the collar. We're going to dig in to his tweets. Breeze has hit 90 million in revenue, and Universal Ads has an MCP that has just debuted. We're going to be joined by Justin Buckley, former co-founder of ATTN agency, recently exited. Now, what is he doing? New exciting projects, in addition to having Nathan Cooper of Barrel Ventures join us. You've been seeing him all over Twitter as of late. Investor in OLIPOP, Iris, and a hit list of other big bets. We're going to be talking with him as always. I am joined by my partner in crime, Colin Doherty. Colin, get in here. Get in here.
Let's go.
How are you feeling on this fine Wednesday morning? Good morning to you, sir.
I feel like the Lord is running through my veins right now.
That's what we need. That is what we need. I'll tell you what, I think I am on my third largely heavily caffeinated drink of the day, and it fires me up because we've got a whole lot to get into on the interwebs today. Shopify, Toby tweeted this out. When Toby Lutke, I believe is how you pronounce his last name, of Shopify, CEO of Shopify, tweets something out. You pay attention. He has put out this article that comes to us by way of Shopify today. We need to read this, dissect it, and chop it up. AI referred shoppers convert better and spend more. Can I get a hallelujah? Hallelujah.
Let's go.
AI referred shoppers convert better, spend more. What Shopify's early data shows nearly 50% higher conversion rates, carry 14% higher average order values than organic search. Here's what the early data says about how AI is reshaping commerce and why the window to act is right now. Now, at first, listen, before we even get into the article, are you surprised by that?
Absolutely not. I think AI referred shoppers are shoppers that are actually high intent. It is people that are actively searching for a problem that they are having. And if you can surface that solution to them, guess what? You're going to gobble up the money.
You're not surprised though at 50% higher conversion rates?
I'm not surprised at all. I think this is kind of the next wave of e-commerce. I think this is just going to be the benchmark. It is going to be all e-commerce companies are going to need to figure out this AI piece of things and how they are actually surfacing within AI, because it is the next wave of how customers are going to consume you.
Well, you are quite prescient because I am surprised by 50% higher conversion rate. I mean, it's like, well, I won't say what my old offensive line coach would say, but if you can get me 50% higher conversion rates, you nearly chop off your right arm for it. Inside of this business, AI is changing how consumers discover and purchase products online, and it's happening fast. Seemingly every week, there's a new update or capability that makes a more compelling case for shoppers to use AI as their default shopping channel. What does that mean, I wonder? How do you use AI as your default shopping channel? But for all the discussion about what's changing and what it means, most of it is heavy on predictions and short on actual behavioral data. Shopify, we have a front row seat to the data that helps paint a clearer picture. Number one, what we found is that shoppers arriving from AI search are more valuable than those arriving from organic search. They arrive with a higher purchase intent. More than half of AI referred sessions start on product pages compared to 20% for organic search. That's significant. Did not
100%.
know that. So almost half start at the product page, which is lower, in the funnel than just arriving at the homepage. They convert more often. AI referred sessions convert at nearly 50% higher rates. They spend more when they do. Average order values from AI referred sessions are 14% higher. These signals are early. Agentic commerce hasn't hit mainstream adoption yet, but we've seen this pattern before. And if history is any guide, the window for merchants to build a compounding advantage on this channel before it reaches its inflection point is wide open. Colin, what do they mean? What do they mean here? I'm exposing my ignorance. What do they mean by AI being a shopping channel? What does that mean? I'm
Yeah.
still considering people like when they're talking about this. I'm thinking they're inside of ChatGPT, they're inside of Claude, they're inside of Gemini, and they're talking with the thing. And then we get there, and I click, and because I've gone through this conversation, I'm arriving at whatever Shopify site, and I spend more and I convert more. But I don't guess I've been thinking about how to build out that channel. I wouldn't know how to do that.
Yeah, I would say that's exactly how to think about it. This is what brands are going to need to understand moving forward in 2026. The biggest thing is going to be basically how you are coming up and surfacing towards AI. So you have to make sure that your context, you have to make sure your data is super clean, you have to make sure everything is organized on your site, you have to make sure all of the amazing backlinks and all the things are working perfectly so that AI sees your site and is saying, "Wow, this is a perfect one for me to surface for this search result." Because it is clearly the top authority. So I think a lot of this honestly goes back to, which is hilarious, is it kind of a V1 of it is SEO. So you're going to have to really make sure all your SEO best practices are down because it's not really about search engine optimization anymore. It is really about the AI engine optimization because I think this is a higher converting channel that you should be optimizing for. And AI is just going to keep getting bigger, and you need to make sure you fit perfectly within that window. And I think Shopify does a beautiful job at making sure that those merchants are at the forefront of that.
This seems like it seems like really what we're talking about here is AEO or
AEO.
AI engine optimization. It's
Exactly.
which the undergirding of that is in large part it's traditional SEO. It's not entirely SEO, but there are some different machinations, it seems like,
Yeah.
in 2026 that make one more adept, more frequently cited
Yeah.
inside of chat than what Google would have been 2 years ago. Go ahead.
And I will say a lot of this you can do yourself as an owner inside of Claude. I talked with an agency owner last week who they started with their domain authority earlier this month was about a 75. He was going back and forth with Claude, gave Claude API access to his website. They're sitting at a 99 right now.
Really?
And it happened within 2 weeks. So he was just going back and forth with Claude, making those adjustments, and he's basically saying, "Hey, I wanna rank perfectly for you. Tell me how to do that for you so that we can talk the best way possible." And
Okay.
he just did it over basically a weekend. He was telling me, he was like, "I just did this as my Saturday, Sunday project." It was kind of a long shot, and he's sending me the screenshots of like, "All right, our domain authority is 99 now," which is so bananas. I want people to understand that
Yeah, it's
that is
crazy.
that's so hard to do, and he basically did it in a week and some change.
Well, I would like to talk with him because I have been remiss or scared
Yeah,
of this kind of thing because I've seen several times. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe it's a joke. But I have seen several times on the timeline as of late. Fired my SEO team, seeded all of our search optimization to Claude, and then
yeah.
look at our sessions, and then it's just like kaboom. You know,
Yeah.
it's like down and to the right instead of up and to the right. Maybe it's a joke. Maybe it's a joke.
Yeah.
But I have seen that a number of times. I'm like, ooh, okay, well, maybe that's not good. I mean, there is a lot of talk about, especially for publishers, just like search largely going away. But I think the undergirding point for Shopify, AEO, what we do in e-commerce is it's time to invest and figure out how to invest with AEO. You know, really the only, I would say, personal authority on the subject that I know is Austin Ball from 20 North. I mean, search has always been, it's always been like right in their bag. It's like one of their leading services. Of course, we had him on the show when he was here for Commerce Roundtable. I think to me, I still need a little more. I'd like a little more handles to this. I love this data, but as far as being able to invest in the channel, like I want more handles than like talk to Claude and figure it out. Although like that does kind of continually become like the ultimate answer a lot of times is like, well, you basically need to get inside of the terminal and talk to Claude. Like have him teach you. I mean, is that fair? I mean, I feel like a lot of these workflows end up being that. It's like talk to Claude, figure it out. Like your case is always going to be a little nuanced. Is that out of left field?
That's exactly it. And that's exactly what this agency owner did. I will say this agency owner is great at paid media and search. And so there is a little bit of expertise in there, more so than the layman man off the street who's just trying to make this for his brand. He does have some, marketing power, some agency power, some search power of SEO behind him already. So there was that foundation there. But again, it wasn't really rocket science here. I mean, it's just he talked to Claude about exactly what he was trying to do within search optimization for AI. That Shopify is now surfacing does 50% better. And also you get a higher AOV. I'm really shocked that more brands aren't really hammering this home all the time. And I will say, I would love to see a brand. I have yet to find it. I'd love to see a brand that scales aggressively with keywords via their Shopify blog and are aggressively pushing out new blogs every single day.
Yeah.
That are clearly grabbing all of the best keywords up and basically surfacing them within the LLMs.
We need to pause. We need to pause, Colin, because I've got Justin Buckley live with us right now. Justin, you are on the air, brother. You are live. You're live on the show right now. How are you doing, man?
Oh, no way. What's going on?
Hey, dude, we're doing great. We're looking forward to having you in a few minutes if you're still able to join us.
I am. I'm going to be there. I was just giving you a call because I just want to make sure that we were still on.
Oh yeah, we're on.
Always
bro.
on. We're on right now.
We are literally on now. Of course we're on. We're on for you, Justin.
All right. Well, then I'll see you in a few minutes then.
All right, we'll see you, brother. We'll see you, man. Okay, see you. Bye.
That's awesome. I tell you, he's the man. He's the man.
Wonderful thing about live media. A little further down in this article, Colin, Shopify does give us some handles. Number one, measure AI traffic as its own channel. You don't measure it, you can't manage it. Number two, optimize your product pages, and they've got a detailed technical walkthrough for what they call the GEO playbook, generative engine optimization. I think that's what that stands for. And then what else? Number three, build brand authority across the web, not just on your site. This has come up again and again.
100%.
Search, not the 100%. Same as it was a few years ago where you need to like focus on your website. Yeah. Like you need to be present, not just somewhere, but
referring sites.
Yeah. In some ways everywhere. It's LinkedIn, it's Reddit, making sure that you're present there and you have good authority in those places. And then they say prepare for agent-mediated transactions. They're talking about their agentic storefronts here. And then they say keep investing in organic search. Don't give up. Don't give up on traditional SEO, organic search.
Exactly.
It's still the lion's share of search, although this growing segment of AI referred search traffic is juicy, converting
Yeah.
higher and paying more when they come.
I'll say, you know, you're listening to this and you're saying, you know what, Colin, I'm not sure if I buy what you're saying here. That's fine. If you don't think I'm right on this, that's totally fine. I would say maybe listen to Toby, because Toby's been
Yeah.
right for probably the last 15 years of how e-commerce is evolving. And basically every single take that he has had on how e-commerce is going to evolve in the next evolution of V1 of e-commerce, V2, V3, V4, he has been spot on. He's done this time and time again. And so you could say, Colin, you know what, this isn't a great take for you. That's fine. Listen to Toby. Heed Toby's words, because this guy is looking around the corners.
You know, what I would say is go ahead and bet against Toby. Just let me know what sector you're working in, so then I can just play the opposite side, because
100%.
I feel like that's going to work out in my favor.
Yeah, don't bet against him. Jeez.
Yeah. 3 additional points here. Every major channel shift in Ecomm follows a pattern: starts small, grows fast, and then it hits mainstream scale. And so the thrust here is like, invest now. And always the 3 points here they have: the new channel was additive. So web didn't kill physical retail, mobile didn't kill desktop, search, social didn't kill search. It's all additive. It's additional. Demand didn't change. There's still going to be demand. And then number 3, the advantage window is finite. And so invest now. Invest now. AEO, GEO, whatever you want to call it. The new version of SEO in our AI forward world. Now's the time. And Shopify's got the data. They're paying more and they're converting better.
Absolutely.
Happy to see it. Happy to
Let's
see
go.
it. And what else I am happy to see, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Yes, we do. We do have this here. We've got a new sponsor. New sponsor officially to hail here, and that is Universal Ads. Ladies and gentlemen, if your growth is plateauing on social and search channels, it might be time to rethink TV. I think that it is. Universal Ads makes it simple for D2C brands to run TV campaigns designed for performance, not just awareness, without the usual guesswork, overhead, etc. You get access to both premium streaming and linear inventory in one place, which I love. So you're reaching new target audiences beyond the same kind of crowded digital channels you're used to. UA doesn't do hidden markups or fees that eat into your results. 100% of your spend actually goes to media. So your dollars are working harder. It's not always the case in other places. Campaign setup and management feels just like search and social. Simple. You can be up and running in minutes. It's TV that delivers for performance marketers. If you have made your hay in performance marketing, D2C, et cetera, you're going to love it. New advertisers that sign up at universalads.com. Go to universalads.com. Use the code UACowboy, UACowboy. You'll get $1,500 in matched ad credits on your first campaign. Many thanks for Universal Ads being part of this show. TV is back, baby.
Wow, TV's back.
TV is so back. I am so fired up about TV, especially as Meta only gets more expensive, just the way of the world. I am like more bullish on TV than ever. What's old is new again, and UA has like really carved out like an actual real advantage because they are Comcast and they have 90% of the world's inventory or whatever. That they have a real advantage and no markups, and it's like, please give me the $10 CPMs. Thank you.
Yeah. And the best targeting. They have the best data on the best targeting you need to do.
As we move forward here, stories of the day. Amazon is ditching Rufus.
Sad.
I'm a little surprised by this.
Sad.
I don't know if this is merely cosmetic. I don't think that it is. They are launching Alexa for shopping instead. This article comes to us by way of CNBC. Annie Palmer over at CNBC writes, Amazon is axing its Rufus chatbot, which they have been like so fired up about.
Yeah.
Training everyone to use through all of Q4 last year. axing the Rufus chatbot and making its Alexa assistant the centerpiece of its artificial intelligence shopping strategy. The company on Wednesday launched Alexa for Shopping, an e-commerce bot that can answer queries and take actions on behalf of users. Amazon said the tool brings together Rufus and Alexa Plus and taps users' shopping history and other data to be, quote, the world's best, most personalized AI assistant for shopping. As part of the move, Amazon is adding Alexa to search results on its store. So if users browse for certain products, a chat window will appear with information and a few recommended items. A little over 2 years ago, Amazon unveiled Rufus as a key part of its website and app in an effort to take advantage of the generative AI boom, which was sweeping across the tech sector and into other parts of the economy. Rufus was described at the time as an expert shopping assistant, and Amazon continued to expand its capabilities, though it remains in beta. The standalone Rufus chatbot will be discontinued, but Amazon said it will use Rufus's recommendation features and shopping history for certain Alexa for Shopping queries. Users can summon Alexa for Shopping by clicking a cursive A icon on Amazon's website or app or via Echo Show displays. Now, before we continue here, I was so big on search by voice whenever Alexa initially rolled out, like, this is the future. This is the future. Okay, I built apps for the Amazon Alexa store. I mean, I really invested time. I probably invested, a year, 18 months, 24 months into like building for this thing. And it just never became a thing. It just didn't hit. Like searching by voice, of course, Siri never really worked. It just didn't become a thing. And so part of me like wonders, since Amazon Alexa just like never really became like a cultural item that everybody has and uses, and so like, why take that branding over and now say like, this is Alexa for Shopping? I kind of feel like we're borrowing something that didn't really work, and we're saying like this again, please, like it a lot. Let's call it. I mean, is this am I out of left field here? I may be on this. Your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I think maybe you're a little out of left field on this. Basically, my thesis on what happened is Amazon rolled out Rufus as kind of like, okay, we're going to test this AI chatbot thing out. We're going to name it Rufus. If it doesn't work out, we can sunset this, no problem. And we still have the Alexa kind of IP. We're good to go. We're just going to get rid of Rufus. Now that it's worked so well, they're like, okay, well, maybe 10% of people actually know what Rufus is. Most people who know what Amazon is know what Alexa is. So let's just rebrand this as Alexa so that they can now actually engage with the more powerful Rufus. We're just gonna do a little rebrand for it. So Rufus is no more. It's now Alexa AI. So people that already know Alexa are going to be really comfortable using it even more. And they've let that Rufus name it's kind of like a little sandbox test. They were kind of spinning up Rufus as a sandbox test to test AI viability. And now they've spun it into the larger IP that is Alexa, which is really exciting. I mean, it's just going to be more adoption for this entirely. It is interesting. I mean, my neighbor the other day was using Alexa to try to play a song, and it just didn't work. And all I could hear for like 3 minutes was them yelling at Alexa to play Snoop Dogg, and it just never played it right. And it would be like, yes, now playing this. And it's like, that's not what they said at all. So maybe the actual technology can get there a little bit better, but the AI search functionality is amazing.
Well, there's got to be more to this than simply a name rebrand. It just doesn't make sense to me why they just like swap it out. I mean, there's got to be like more to this, but I'm not really finding it as I read here.
It's just simplicity. They just want less IP to manage. So it's like, what is Rufus? Well, Rufus is kind of just Alexa. And instead of them saying Rufus and Alexa are two different assets, they can just say, well, the whole thing is Alexa AI now. And that is what we're going to be moving forward with. I do really like the name Rufus, though. It kind of is sad because it's fun.
Well, they're calling it Alexa for Shopping. is the term that you're using. Alexa for
So
shopping
boring.
turns Amazon's search bar into a Q&A engine and also lets users compare products side by side as well as schedule purchases when an item hits a certain price. So dig that. A Prime membership isn't required to use the tool. Amazon is evolving its strategy as the e-commerce industry grapples with the rise of AI shopping bots. OpenAI, Google, and Perplexity have rolled out research tools and agents over the past year that threaten to disrupt how people shop online. Some of these efforts have stumbled. It's unclear whether consumers are ready to hand off the task of completing a purchase to bots. I mean,
Rufus,
I think
I'll never forget you.
Yeah.
Rufus, I will never forget you. You did amazing stuff. We have amazing data to prove you were an amazing viable option, and you're now evolved.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Rufus.
R.I.P.
You were great.
Rest in peace, Rufus. Next story. No refunds from Meta's outage in March. This was this is a story that we have come back to again and again. I think pour one out for Barry Hot at being hot, who was hopeful. He was hopeful back in March. They had the outage. Hey, people get refunds. Rock Ladnick said no way. It looked to us like no refunds were coming. And Rock has continued to bump this thread several times. Barry, where's the refunds? Well, Barry has officially said today, I'm reading the first tweet here, Jack. Remember that big overspend issue on 316? Go backwards, Jack. Well, I've heard that we won't be getting refunds for that, despite it being a confirmed outage. If you see a Meta employee this week, everyone going to the Meta Summit, please say how completely unacceptable and borderline illegal this is.
Yeah.
So Barry's spicy here. And I think you can see it. Yeah, you can see it now in the tweet here on the screen. Please say how completely unacceptable and borderline illegal this is. And then he names Jason,
Tagging.
Yim,
Tagging.
Yoni.
That's
He's
awesome.
got Jordan Sterling here and Kristen Kupke. For people who don't know, Kristen is a new Meta employee representative person. She is a Meta sales leader. I believe she works with the disruptors segment inside of Meta. What do you have to say? He tags everybody. I don't think I'm looking at the comments now. I don't see anybody. I don't see that any of them shockingly have responded yet. There is one guy that says one client got a refund, another denied, despite 75% overspend in hours with awful results. Barry says, I just got off a call with Meta, not defending it, but for what it's worth, Meta can spend up to 75% over your daily budgets any given day. Very interesting. Rock back in a time gone by said, don't expect any of these to come. Barry, this is, I believe, him referencing, hey, don't freak out. We'll get some refunds. Don't worry. I know how to work these people. I know how to be kind to them, yet require more of them, which I totally believe, Barry. I totally believe. Rock is like, I want it, but you're not going to see it. And now we have the final results. Yeah, nothing coming. And at the time, Barry was saying, hey, the reps, they're responsive. Our team's still working through the investigation, determining refund eligibility. No refunds are coming. Your thoughts on this, Colin Doherty?
Chris, you know my thoughts on this.
Well, I'm just asking so that you can say it. But I think you're going to be a little unkind to Meta, which is warranted at times, okay? But also, don't bite the hand that feeds you. But keep going.
It's crazy that most people are shocked about this because I've been saying this for months now. Stop trusting Meta with all your money because they have no viability to give you back the money. I have been telling people you need to diversify your spend. You need to go on these platforms like AppLovin. You need to go on these platforms like Universal Ads and diversify the spend because basically what just happened is Meta just spent a bunch of your money and they said, oopsies, sorry, we spent $100,000. And you're like, any normal business, and you would say, hey, you made a mistake. You spent $100,000 of my money that I didn't tell you to spend. Any normal business in the entire world, you would get that money back. Any normal business. I can't name another business where it'd be like, yeah, we just cannot give you that money back. I'm so sorry. That's just not going to work for us. It's just so illogical. And when he says borderline illegal, I'm starting to fall into that camp of I don't know where the enforcement starts from this at this point, where someone needs to basically come in from a policy standpoint and say, hey, you took about $3 billion from your brands in overspending here. What are you doing with that money? Are you just adding that to the P&L so your P&L looks great for shareholders and the stock price? Are you giving that money back? What's going on here? Are we putting it into the metaverse because that didn't work out? So what are you doing with this money? And then here's the issue that I have. They can do this time and time again. They can do this next week, no slap on the wrist. They can do it the following week, no slap on the wrist.
Yeah, but I mean, are they doing this? I mean, I think the way that you're framing it is like somebody's going over there and saying, turn off the ads machine, collect the free money. And I just don't think that's happening. I don't think that's happening.
Sure.
I look, the way that I see this is like, this is just the game. This is like just what happens. Like, it's just part of the game and it sucks. And like, nobody likes it. Okay. But I mean, there's a reason why Shopify and e-commerce has grown so much. And in large part, it is due to Meta ads working so well. It just is. It is. And there's still problems, obviously. Obviously, there's still problems. Everybody deserves a refund for the March outage. Okay, it's not coming. Also, they are kind of like the big boy. They are the big boy. They are the big boy. And, when daddy says, supper's on and, hey, whoops, tonight you're not getting any supper. You kind of just, I wish I could have had supper, and then you come back tomorrow. Because, you still want to eat. Now, I think you make some fair points. There are other places to eat. There are other places to make hay and get your due and make money I mean, at least two of them, incredible partners, places are partners of this show for a good reason. Axon, Universal Ads. There are other places. And everybody should be on them. And I agree, diversify the spend. But, I mean, I don't think this was like an evil person behind the screen. Just turn it off and steal the money for, a few hours. I don't think that's what was happening.
There is also the issue of the level of overspend here. So it's not like brands are like, oh gosh, I lost $20 today. One of our friends, Jason, one of his brands spent $200,000.
It hurts.
That's a Lamborghini Huracan.
Yeah, it hurts.
That's quite literally a Lamborghini Huracan. How are you supposed to rationalize that on the P&L? How do you have that conversation with your accountant and you say, oh yeah, Meta messed up. We're out $200,000 today.
Yeah. Not a convo you want to have. It's not a combo you want to have.
But what I'm saying is $200,000 for most people is basically life-changing money.
Of course.
And that is one of Meta's clients that they did this to.
It happened to, or they did this to. I would say, more it happened. But I get what you're saying. Nobody likes it.
Yeah.
Everybody deserves a refund. And they're probably going to still be spending money on Meta ads tomorrow.
Sure. Of course.
But hey, I'm in the refund camp, and I'm interested to watch this thread and see if anybody actually responds.
No one's going to respond.
I don't think anybody's going to respond.
You know what's crazy?
What?
I'd love to see Meta give out some ad credits, because you know who's giving out ad credits? Universal Ads.
That's true.
So I love them. I haven't seen Meta give out ad credits in years.
Might be time.
Like, come on. You just invested $80 billion in freaking metaverse, and you're not going to give out some ad credits to your best buddies?
Yeah. Might be time. Speaking of universal ads, before we go to Justin, who has just joined us, before we get to Justin, Universal Ads has released their MCP. One can now view all of your campaigns. Show us this, Jack. Just bring it up for us. One can now view all of your campaigns, your performance, manage all of that without ever having to leave Claude. You can see all of that. James Borrow did mention that, hey, there were a couple of platforms like Meta who just beat us by a little bit, just a couple of days. But managing TV ads easier than ever. Talk to Claude, talk to chat, however you like, however you propose. I see this as another tool in the belt of the Superman marketer of our next era. So kudos on Universal Ads for bringing this forth. And like you said, ad credits to be had here. Ad credits to be had. UA Cowboy. Tell them that Colin and I sent you. And get rolling on TV today. I genuinely believe that TV is back. Hardcore. Now, we have Justin Buckley coming to us, former co-founder of ATTN Agency, hailing to us, coming to us from Southern California. Now, he has exited that. And I think there's a little background that we need to get on what he is doing now. But before he comes to us, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Proxima. Proxima AI. Your buyer data already knows what ad to make next. You just don't know how to read it. Your marketing is built on data that your competitors don't have when you are working with Proxima. Most brands would just simply brief ad creative from instinct, look at what performed, make a guess, move forward a little bit. The problem isn't effort. It's that there's no signal from your data. Proxima changes that, changes the input. It reads your conversions against millions of shoppers across 2,000 plus e-commerce brands. And it shows you exactly who's buying, what they respond to, and where your account has gaps, where your creative has gaps. Connect to Meta, connect to Shopify. Proxima maps every conversion back to a real buyer segment inside their commerce graph, what they buy across the web, what they respond to, who you're not reaching. And then suddenly your gaps are visible. Your buyer segments, all of the things. And you're, instead of just starting from your intuition deep on the inside of your heart and making a good educated guess, you are actually starting with a feed of creative briefs that are coming to you, written for the specific buyers behind your best performing ads and the ones you haven't reached yet. Every brief is grounded in the commerce graph data your competitors don't have access to. See who bought, see what to make next, connect your store, get a feed of creative briefs today. First 3 briefs free every month. Go and work with Proxima. Tell them Colin and I sent you. Many thanks for them being part of the show. Now, we have Justin coming to us. I think their agency drove like 180 million in revenue. I think that's right. Bring us back here, Jack. I think that is right. We need to verify this. I will say, am we connected? Yes, here we are. I believe we're connected. Colin, are you still here? You're still here.
I'm always here.
Love you. I believe that Justin's former agency drove like $180 million in revenue or something like this. It's huge. They were early with Triple Whale, did a ton of stuff with them. He's also been an investor for like umpteen years. I am very interested in what he is doing now. Are you interested?
He's the original ball knower.
He's the original knower of ball. We need to welcome Justin Buckley inside of this show. Justin, get in here.
Wow.
How you guys doing?
Let's go.
Even better now.
Let's go.
We're doing even better now. And you know what?
Yeah, man.
I have to
what
say,
an intro.
Your background is like gorgeous, man. Where are you in the world? Are you in Southern California?
Oh, man. I'm in Northern California. So I live in Southern California in San Diego, but right now I'm about 30 minutes outside Chico, visiting my in-laws. It's a small little town right on the Sacramento River. I'd show you the background, but I'm a little blurred. It's about as pretty as you can get.
Beautiful. Jealous.
Getting some work done outside. Just loving it, man.
I'm
Wow.
jealous. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Justin,
Well, I'm jealous of you guys. Look at that background. Like, you guys got the mood going. You guys are like, it's like official. I love it.
What we heard, Justin, what we heard is that shows that wear suits get acquired. And so
Y'all didn't tell me though. I would have busted mine out.
You should have. You should have suited up.
No, I didn't know.
Justin, man, give us the update. I had no clue that your agency had been acquired, man, that you had an exit.
No. I decided a little bit ago I wanted to try something new. So agency's still going. It's doing great. I just was ready for something a little bit different. So I've been building it's hard to explain, but it's basically regulated education platform for people that are looking to change careers, specifically tied to real estate, but we're expanding into construction, a lot of like trades. So very different, coming from direct response. I just wanted to stay in that world, just continue going, building something that was talking to consumers, giving them something that they needed. I didn't want to be in the product space specifically, dealing with inventory and all that kind of stuff. But we've been building this for about like 8 months now. We are we're launching in California and Florida, and we're going state by state. So Texas is next,
Come on.
and then
Let's
Arizona.
go.
Yeah,
let's go.
State by state, taking over the country.
That's incredible, man.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Could
yeah.
you talk to us a little bit about that transition? Because that is not an easy leap from
Yeah.
D2C e-commerce agency guy switching into the real estate world. I can be so honest with you. I did it the flip side. I used to be,
Yeah.
nobody really knows this. I used to be in real estate private equity. And then I was like,
Yeah.
I hate it. I got to go back to D2C.
Yeah.
You know? And so I'm the other side. I'm the flip side of this. Why did you switch over?
So interestingly, I did the same thing, right? I started in real estate. It's my original background was sales, commercial real estate. Got into, I felt stuck, right? Probably the same reasons you did, was like the world felt bigger, found internet marketing, realized that the world is a lot bigger, and just unlocking these little pieces, figuring out that you could reach millions of people through a few clicks of on a keyboard. And that was meta marketing back in 2011, 2012, then got into Google marketing, then TV. Chris, heard you chatting about TV.
Yeah.
Huge proponent of that. But just kind of realizing like through the exposure that I had, internet marketing, building a couple products, affiliate marketing, the world is crazy big, but you can still do these like your own little projects. Right. And like, I think that's the bigger transition isn't necessarily about like real estate, because this is more tied to education as a product, which like a lot of people are doing in various ways, right? Like this could be considered education as a product. You got people that are selling all sorts of stuff about AI right now. Like there's a lot of, you can productize education. That's all I'm saying. But the bigger transition, I think, was going from the service side to the product ownership side, because it's completely different lenses, right? And different ownership. What you're accountable to is much bigger when it's the product side. Whereas when you're on the service side, you're really just accountable to whatever lane you're in. So whether that's, you're just accountable to the accounting, you don't have to be accountable to marketing. If you're accountable marketing, you don't have to be accountable to operations, right? Or product development or whatever else it is. But when you're doing when you're owning the product, you're accountable to everything. So that's a much bigger transition, and that's it's been a lot of fun, but it's also, it's a whole new world.
Justin, I like what you're doing for a few reasons that I think are, I don't even know if they were in your consciousness when you were thinking about them. But to me, I feel that number one, adults are making more career changes than ever, more industry changes than ever. Number two, it feels like the educational system for young people is broken. I mean, getting saddled with many thousands of dollars of debt before they even really have the chance to get their first real job.
Yeah.
I to me, those are like two things that have been playing in the background for myself, friends, young people I know that are coming up, that it seems like there needs to be a better path for productized education that actually equips me to go out into the world. I'd love to hear more about the product that you built.
So you can check it out. It's premiercourses.co. We're launching, as I said, it's California and Florida right now. So focus on real estate to start, and then building from there, building into other industries and other services. I think you nailed it on, you hit it on the head, right? Like, we are in a very transitional moment. I think you cannot go on your Reddit feed or open up whatever news, like paper or whatever online source you prefer, without reading about layoffs, right? Like, they're just happening. And then you can't go on LinkedIn without, unfortunately, reading people's stories, unfortunate stories about being 6 months, a year, 2 years without being able to find their next opportunity, right? It's a weird space, and I think it's largely happening to white collar, like people that are in offices, whatever. They're work is getting streamlined, and opportunities aren't. Companies may be more hesitant to hiring into roles that they historically would have, and that's, I think, pushing people to find either completely new industries, which is scary, or working on their own, figuring out something like they're going to launch their own thing. But at the same time, education is really expensive, and saddling yourself with that kind of debt in this kind of environment isn't something that feels good, right? It's hard to build confidence around that. So, and the third part of it, which I think is really interesting, is the transition because of the move towards AI and orchestration. You're talking about Meta's MCP. What's that going to do to the marketing industry as a whole? There's a lot of questions, but a lot of conversations that I've been having recently are trending around people who are interested in looking at the trades, right? Looking into interesting. It's super interesting. So
definitely.
So you have people that are either they're looking at ways to protect themselves from this changing environment. So they want to buy whatever, laundromats, just as an example. This isn't news. Alex Hormozy, just buy businesses, cash flow, blah, 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 or start their own. And not saying whether or not that's a good idea, the right idea. Everybody's got to make their own decisions. But I do know that in an environment where people are making these kind of decisions, they got to get access to education wherever they are. Right. And this is a post-COVID transition as well. Everything is remote. So our position is that you should be able to learn wherever you are at your own pace. Obviously, there's restraints depending on industry. You got to play by the government's rules sometimes, but it's really just putting education back in the hands of the individual, right?
Love it.
At your own pace, at your leisure, how you like to learn, whether that's you want to watch something on your computer, your TV, your phone, your tablet, however you want to engage, you should be able to access that anywhere. You shouldn't have to just go to a classroom at your community college or a university to learn. You should have that everywhere. And ours right now is very specialized. And there's a lot of dealing with the government. There's a lot of stuff that you have to overcome, but we're very confident and excited about what the next 2 to 6 months are looking like.
I love it, man.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's wild that you brought up those LinkedIn layoffs as well. Going back to that, I remember reading a post very specifically when IBM did their mass layoff, and it was one of the guys, and he went super viral. And he was basically like, well, after 33 years, my time has come. And you're like, 33 years, huh?
That's rough.
Damn,
You're
you
gonna
couldn't have
work
let
at
him ride
IBM.
it out. You couldn't have let him ride off
it
into the
out.
sunset. Yeah,
This guy's been with
33
you
years.
for 33 years. And
Yeah.
Chris and I totally agree with you. I think there is this, you have to own kind of your destiny moving forward.
Oh,
I'd
man.
love your thoughts on this because you have kind of launched multiple companies at this point. Do you have any kind of best pieces of advice for that person that's trying to re-educate themselves to get that locus of control, how they should be thinking about, okay, this is all going to be on me now. I don't want to kind of think about the craziness anymore. I want to think about my journey as maybe that is in real estate, but my own
Maybe some
thing.
of the trades, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe some
I'm
trades.
gonna answer you from two different angles. One is on the start, right? Is that nothing is as complicated as you are making yourself believe it is. I think that we, just as humans, are prone to looking for the risks just to protect ourselves from injury.
Yeah.
And that's just fear, right? It's the fear of the unknown. I don't know what it is, and that can paralyze you from feeling like you can just make that jump.
Yeah.
Alongside that is if you are laid off or you're worried about getting laid off, there's nothing that's stopping you from starting. And by not starting, you're just preventing yourself from possibility, right? So that's the first part. The second part is operationally, when you're starting out, there's a lot of stuff that you're not going to know, right? But there's also never been a moment in history where the information is so readily accessible. So like
100%.
you might not know how to file your taxes as a sole proprietor, right?
Yeah.
You might not know what papers do I need to file with the state to start my own business. You might not know how do I do outreach to find the right people? What are the right tools to do this? How can I automate my accounting without needing to live inside QuickBooks? Number one, all these things are more accessible than ever, right?
Yeah.
And more clear than ever because now you have an LLM that'll answer your questions directly to you. Whatever you want to use. You want to use Claude, you want to use OpenAI, you want to use whatever. It's going to give you the answers and it's going to explain it how you like information explained to you, right? These things are trained to talk to you the way you like. So information's never been more accessible, and the ability to do it on your own has never been easier. And what I mean by that is you can literally just ask. I prefer Claude, right? So I just jam in on Claude Cowork, Claude Code, Chat, whichever tool you prefer. I like Cowork a lot. You tell it exactly what you're trying to do. You describe the tools that you want to use, and it will do everything for you. So all the things that you think like, oh, I would start this thing on my own. I want to start a design studio. I want to start my CPG accounting, fractional accounting firm. Whatever you want to do, you figure out the things you don't want to do. I don't want to do cold outreach. How do I do that? Hey, Claude or Codex, whatever. Like, what are the tools that I should incorporate so that my invoicing is automated? Boom. Okay, build it for me. Boom. And it'll spit out. You have to invest into it, right? It's not free, but at a cost of a few $1,000s, you can get a fully functional outreach platform that's incorporating Clay with LinkedIn Sales Navigator, with all these different tools. Yeah. And all you have to do is know how to ask the question and refine the output that you're getting, right? You're not going to get it perfect the first iteration, but you keep refining that request, and eventually you're going to get it. I built an entire content generator for Premier Courses.
Really?
Oh yeah, man. It's pushing out 5 articles, fresh content, deep research, front to back. It's doing everything. So it's going 100%. And all we did was work through it, chip away at what we wanted to accomplish. We started with something small. What was a problem that we wanted to solve that we didn't want to do, right? So if you try to think too big, you're going to get overburdened by like, oh, where can we go? But if you start with one little thing, and all I wanted to do was figure out how can I generate enriched content for SEO and GEO for discoverability, so that I don't have to spend a lot of time doing it. All I have to do is validate what the output is. Refine, refine, refine. I get the output that I'm looking for. Then I start the next level of the conversation. Okay, now I want to refine the HTML output so it constantly sits in a framework that's consistent. Once you get that, then it was, okay, now I want to work with GPT image. Before it was DALL-E, now it's GPT 1.5 and 2 to generate the image assets. So now it's a full, complete blog that's on repeat, articles, deep research, competitor analysis through SEMrush, everything that we want. It's pumping all the way through. Then I want the next level is, okay, how can I do social image asset output? So I start prompting. I want to generate consistent output for every single article that's generated, and we're doing 5 per day per state. So in a matter of a month, I'm getting 150 articles, whatever it might be per state of deep research, and everything's unique. And then you get the image assets, and then it's just talking to these LLMs, having conversations back and forth with your tool of choice. But I wanted to manage the output directly so that it's automatically posting to all of our socials. Every single time an article is produced, we get the image assets. Those get pushed over to Hootsuite. Those get published to all of our social channels. And then the next version is going to be using Gemini, not Gemini, but VO, Google VO or HeyGen maybe, to create videos, to do the exact same thing, deep content that gets pushed over to YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram Reels, wherever we want these posted. Now, here's the thing. I'm not a coder by any means, right? I'm not an SEO specialist by any means. I'm not a designer, right? These are all industries and specialties that I have deep respect for, and I don't want to pretend like I'm doing it right, but I can do all this stuff, get to a place where I'm happy, and it's doing it automatically. And I don't have to spend time or more importantly, resources, right? To generate 5 articles a day, it's really 10 articles a day, 1,500 to 2,000 word articles, deep research. That would cost several $1,000s, I mean, tens of thousands of dollars per month, right? To generate that. So
easily.
And now we're doing it for a few hundred. The next level, which I think is the other opportunity that people are missing, and hopefully I didn't jump around there too much, just trying to give a real life example there of what you could do.
Great example.
Things you can do by just taking the first step and then iterating on whatever you're trying to do. But the what was I going to say there? The next level. Oh man, I just lost my train of thought there. But
all good.
I guess like the big picture is like, if you can believe it. Oh, I know where I was going. So if you can believe it, or if you believe in something, you have a vision for it, you can start that prompt to get to where you want. But if you're not a specialist, this is the next level for the people that are thinking about, I want to start my own thing, I don't really know where to start. There's this huge fear that like, oh, my job's going to go away. Design is going to go away because like all these tools are doing it themselves. Like, so people like me think I can just ask for it and it just creates this thing for me, right? But I get to a point where I need a specialist to analyze what I'm creating and tell me where I'm doing it wrong, right?
Yeah.
So I think that we are in this moment, this shift where these huge companies are leveling down, right? They're downsizing. And the individual has this amazing opportunity to eat up market share off of, you got laid off. That's an opportunity, right? It's getting laid off, not being able to get a job. I know maybe it's easy to say this when like it's hard for people to hear this if like they're facing bills and they're facing like rejection letters and whatever else. I don't want to take that lightly, but I do want to reinforce for people that if you look at it like an opportunity, you'll see that there are a lot of people like me who are looking for experts, and you can make a lot of money consulting, where you're not waiting for somebody to come to give you the next job or the next project, right? You can get that on your own, and you can bill the rates that you think you're worth, and you can take you can chart your own path. Like, honestly, like never before. This is the age of the entrepreneur. It's the age of the consultant. It's the age of the expert.
Let's go.
Right? If you're an expert in your domain, you can print.
Let's go. Justin firing me up about AI.
There we go. But hey, it's got its limitations, and that's why the experts are important, right? Like, it has so much opportunity to create for you, but it's also limited, and you need the expert. And that's where, like, really, like, driving that human value, like the thing, like, nothing can truly replace us, because we can invent things. We can think of the things that have never been invented. We can think of the design that somebody's overlooking. If you look at output, listen, no shade to anybody who's using LinkedIn or using AI for their LinkedIn posts, right? I just hate it. I think it's boring. It's repetitive. Anytime I see something that says, you can tell. Hey, listen, anytime I see, and I've fallen into this trap too, like, but anytime I see somebody that has like a post that says AI is not going to replace you, but the person who uses AI will, like, okay, you're doing AI's marketing for them. Like,
my favorite is like, this isn't it's actually this. And then it's like, clear an AI. It's a classic wording of AI.
100%.
It's like, this isn't a through line. It's a revolution. And you're like, okay, you're like, okay, this is clearly AI.
Yeah, but like the point there is like, you can see it, right?
Yeah.
And it's not because it's written poorly. It's not because it doesn't make sense. It's not because it's illogical. It's because it's boring. It's because everybody's read that same thing 50 times already, 100 times already. Like, and that's where the individual genius comes in, is these LLMs are just reading what other people are doing, what it's already outputting, like what people like, and it's regurgitating that very generically. Same thing with creative, same thing with video file output, same thing with blah, 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 blah. All the things that we're using AI for, it's learning to adapt to what we're liking. But it's like in the D2C world, the trap that a lot of brands get into creatively is they try to scrape other people's ideas, and they're like, ooh, this thing works, so I'm going to try that, right? I'm going to do the exact same thing, but it's not novel anymore, right? Yeah. So you're not getting that same like splash effect that the first person to test that really disruptive idea had. That's human, right? That's that, like, let's be risk takers. Let's go crazy. Like, let's do something really weird and see if it works. And when it does, it gets a lot of attention, and then that person moves on. That's where whether you're a creative strategist, whether you're a videographer, and you can think about new angles, new ways to like film, whatever. People still need that. And that's why I say, like, that individual genius is still so important, even in this age of efficiency, and like I can get from 0 to 1 a lot faster, but to get from 1 to 100 takes more.
Yeah, it's so funny because I remember that exact, as you're talking about that, where that first person to do that ad format, you just remember them, you know it, and it hits super well. A great example of this is, I don't know if you remember the original Dollar Shave Club ad where he's walking through the warehouse.
Yeah.
And he's like throwing stuff. And then everybody in like the early 2000s tried to do a variation of that. And everyone's like, oh, you're doing the Dollar Shave Club ad.
Yeah.
But it's like, everybody knows that they made that. That was super original. And it absolutely exploded them to the next level. Obviously, they go on and get acquired and all the fun things. But it is that nuance where AI probably wouldn't have given the Dollar Shave Club guys that idea, to be honest with you. It's a human thing.
Not without so many prompts and like so many no's, right? To get to that first site, to get to that like, oh wow moment. And that could be the exact same thing as like, you're sitting in a boardroom with 8 peers and you're talking at a round table about like, okay, let's talk some ideas. What do we think? And each person goes through, those suck. Let's start over. Boom, boom, boom. I got ideas. We like that one. We don't like that one. Let's refine, and the iterative process behind it. But I think it's the power of the expert is what I'm trying to drive. If you really this is not going to be the era of mediocrity, right? It's not the era of the generalist. This isn't the I do a lot of things kind of well. This is the I do something super well, and if you need to understand the questions to ask your LLM, I can identify the problems, I can clarify it for you, and then you can continue scaling. And maybe just saying that a little bit differently is if we are prompting our tools to give us an output, it's going to output exactly what you ask for. And that is inclusive of what you know and what you don't know, right? So it's not telling you the things that you don't know. It's not showing you the potholes in your ideas. It's just sycophantic and telling you you're a genius for asking a simple question. And you're like, oh shit, hell yeah, I'm a genius.
I am the man. I'm the man.
Yeah, I'm the man. Wow. I knew I was smart. Mom, look at this.
Wow. So Claude loves me.
Yeah, Claude thinks I'm a genius. But if you are if you are working with somebody who knows how to ask the right question, how to really assess what you're looking for, has the courage to tell you it's a bad idea and go back to the drawing board, or affirm it is a good idea, but that you need to refine it because you're not thinking of these X elements, right?
Yeah.
Then I think you find that that real value. And that's where each of us watching or listening or just each of us talking, the things that we're really good at, keep developing those skills, keep sharpening that knife, and we're going to thrive in this environment.
Justin Buckley, bullish on the era of the expert, the high agency expert.
That's right.
Enabling all of us to move forward in the AI age. Brother, we appreciate you taking the time to join us outside of beautiful Chico, California.
There we go.
Yeah. And nice. Man, we're gonna be watching, brother, and we're gonna be following with what is going on with your new ventures. And we look forward to having you back, man. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Wow. All right. Bars from Justin Buckley. I'll also say this. The guy kind of looks and sounds like he could be in an action movie. Does he not?
For sure. That's what I'm saying. He's the man.
I mean, I feel like he could be alongside Liam Neeson, in some kind of rugged thing that's happening. He's just got the look and the sound, you know. I think I find it very interesting him pivoting into productized education specifically in this moment. I find that very interesting. And I mean, obviously there's going to be a lot of Americans that need that. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be a huge ocean moving forward, just with everything that we have, all of the disruption that is moving forward. It's going to be a huge category, and you're going to have a lot of Americans that are just going to be moving around to different industries.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, absolutely. Justin, you're the man.
You the man.
We have Nathan Cooper coming to us.
Let's go.
Of Barrel Ventures. Jack, is Nathan with us yet? Is he joined us yet? Because we may have time to sneak in a story or two. I'm not sure if he is among us as of yet. But before we move forward in general, let's talk about Axon by App11. If you are running a D2C brand today, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about Axon. Jack, move us forward. If you are running a D2C brand and you are not on Axon yet, you are leaving money on the table, ladies and gentlemen. Axon gets you in front of more than 1 billion new customers inside the games everyone loves to play. Solitaire, Mahjong, Candy Crush, all of the things. And more people play mobile games than you think. We're talking mainstream, financially comfortable household decision makers, and the unlock is the format. Okay, on average, people are watching these ads for 35 seconds. Okay, and it converts. One of the recent brands that I was consulting with had their entire quarter saved. Meta was tripping. We got them over on Axon, and it was incredible. 80+% purchases happened within an hour of the click. You can get going in less than an hour. And Miranda Pettinger scaled up to just under 100K spend per day inside of a week. Your favorite brands are there: Wayfair, Dr. Squatch, all of the things you need to get there before your competitors do. Go to axon.ai/en/ecom cowboy. Tell them that Chris and Colin sent you. Many thanks for them being part of the show. Now, as we move forward here, some technical difficulties today, but we power through. We power through and we keep moving. Next story we want to hit here, Jack. I want to move to our lightning round. That's where I want to go with this.
Let's do it.
And fulfillment by TikTok, FBT, massively overcharging, according to our friend Not Zane again. Jack, I'd like to bring up this tweet, and I'd like us to talk about it. Zane had this to say. I'm going to read it as you bring it up here. FBT, fulfillment by TikTok, is currently so disorganized that they are losing inventory or overcharging for things and brands not even realizing. Been having some of our brands do audits on FBT fees and have found tens of thousands of dollars that we then force FBT to refund. Have to do it within a certain window, otherwise charges can't be disputed and end up expiring. If you're interested in how we're auditing and refunding, almost automated process now, but the last step is filed by a human, just hit me up. Colin, your thoughts on this? I mean, the big blow. This is not a good sign for everybody that's over on FBT right now.
There's an incredible comment also on this thread from Zane where he says their support isn't the greatest because for some categories, it's literally one rep for the entire category. What? You have one guy cooking for beauty? Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
that's actually insane. I just imagine like there's just one guy for electronics that's just basically pulling his hair out every single day, and he is just inundated with slacks. Oh man, this is pretty brutal. I don't like to see this. You hate to see the fact that like we're really having to make these efforts to kind of pull back and get some of this cash back from some of these service providers. It's not a fun thing to see, but I will say this: for brands that are struggling, you need to always make sure that you're auditing and staying vigilant for your actual expenses, because you could be struggling to no fault of your own. It could be because of things like this, because of meta refunds, because of things that are not actually your fault. And the math could just simply not be working because there's some things like this going on, and you actually could be in a lot better space than you think you are. And so I would say you got to have, Chris, you talk about it. There's like this sales kind of bulldog killer that just goes after stuff. I think brands need to hire a version of this for all of their, kind of in platform stuff, like basically an accountant with some real big teeth on them.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? None of this makes sense. I'm available all the time. Talk to me about this. I'd like a 50% refund.
Yeah, and some negotiation skills.
Oh yeah,
to go alongside that accountant. You need that. That because I know that this is kind of a trope. It's like a fear that brand founders especially always have. They're always fearful somebody's taking my money, like somebody's like stealing from me, and the reason that they have that is because sometimes it's true. So that is the case. Like that's the reason why they're always inclined to feel that way. And I agree. You need somebody that's constantly watching the books, and you need a bulldog that can go claw some of those dollars back.
What I'd love, and this is an example, job that I'm just making up, is basically I'm a brand owner. I hire an accountant. They sign an NDA. They can't talk about any of my stuff. He's an accountant. He's a bulldog. He's a negotiator. He's going to look at all my books, all of my software stuff. I'm going to pay him 5 to 10% of the percentage of what he is saving me. And just that.
Just that. Only
And
that.
just that. I bet you that guy could rack up a portfolio of businesses like you would never have heard from for e-commerce.
That's what Ryan Cohen wants to do for eBay.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Just get paid on what I save you. Okay.
That's
just
exactly
pay me
what
on
I'm saying.
performance. There's a screenshot in the comments here that you don't have to bring up, Jack, but I will reference it for everyone here. Guy posts his screenshot of talking with FBT. Says this was on May 11th. Hey guys, are your receiving times longer than usual currently? ? And then yesterday he wrote in again. Hey guys, any thoughts on this? Would love to know so I know to save some stock at the warehouse instead of sending more in case I run out before you guys receive them. He got a chatbot reply. Hi, may I ask how I can assist you? You may tag me if you encounter any difficulties with FBT logistics related questions. For your more information, in order for us to assist you, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, he's not even giving a response. What would have been even worse than this is if they had moved everyone over, forced everybody to move over to FBT. This would have been a nightmare for TikTok Shop. If they had forced everybody over to fulfillment by TikTok, which they were planning to do, and then there's like nobody who can even respond. Everything is a mess. They're overcharging, etc. That would have been a huge L. Huge L.
Gosh. Yeah. I mean, the more we talk about this, the more I get fired up for this potential kind of like awkward hybrid role. And maybe you throw in a little bit of legal on top of that as the big guns to come in with the uppercut punch in case none of this works out. I mean, you get me an accountant that can negotiate and also has the ability to do some legal stuff. My pockets are coming out. I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited just thinking about it.
Did you know, Colin, that Foxwell has a meta status page update for everyone inside of Foxwell Founders? Did you know this?
I did not know this. That's awesome.
I did not know either. I found out because of a retweet from Moise Ali, formerly of Native Deodorant. And then I started looking into this. I clicked on the website, foxwelldigital.com/status. And I'm scrolling here, Jack. I don't know if you can bring this up, but I will read it for those who cannot see it. Foxwell founders are currently reporting the following platform issues, and then they've got a whole log. May 11th, 9 a.m. PST, existing post ID workflows are encountering failures with errors such as this post can't be used for an ad because it doesn't exist. No ad posts in the last 90 days, which is incorrect. Multiple advertisers have reported these issues over the past week, particularly affecting long-running setups with no changes to their standard operating procedures. Meta bug, existing posts, etc. I mean, you start scrolling back here, you can see there are multiple entries for many days. And the reason that I think this is crucial to have is, number one, some of the most focused hitters in e-commerce are inside of Foxwell. That's just that's just a fact.
It's a fact.
Number two, Meta's like status reporting page is not always accurate. Okay.
Terrible.
There have been several times where there is a complete outage and everything says fine. Everything's fine. No problems. So there needs to be some kind of like third party here. I'm so happy to know that this exists. Many times as a marketer, I've like been inside of the ads manager and just known like, man, something is not right. Something's not right. Like, what is going on here? What's tripping? What's so whack? And honestly, you have to like be following the right people on Twitter, or you have to know that a page like this exists, or you have to be inside a community like Foxwell where people are talking and they're citing, hey, I'm seeing this problem since this date based on this, blah, 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 etc. I'm pumped to know that this exists. I feel like everybody should go and bookmark this and keep it in their back pocket.
Absolutely. And this is amazing too for agency owners when they're dealing with clients potentially, where you're saying, like, hey,
True.
this is kind of weird. What's going on? You can actually just screenshot this or just send them the page and say, hey, this is a third party reporting tool. Just to let you know, there's an issue here for Meta today. If you're looking a little bit of weird reporting from Meta for our actual performance today for the brand. And so there's this kind of third party, just, guidance for agency owners to say, like, hey, I'm not going crazy. Also, just to kind of give some guidance to the brands that they have and say, just to let you know, other people are reporting this. It's not just me. We might have some turbulence today. I'm going to buckle up. I'm going to watch the ad account, but we're all going to be good.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think this is like a perfect example for exactly that, especially when you're like an agency owner, when you're Justin and you've got a lot of partners and you're just responsible for your lane. Like when Meta is tripping, like you need some help, like a little authoritative, just backing up what no CMO and no brand founder wants to hear or will take is like, yeah, Meta's tripping. Like nobody's gonna take that. Like that.
Like, what does that mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I pay you to know why Meta's tripping.
Exactly. And if it is tripping, like, okay, you told me.
Yeah.
That doesn't solve the problem. Like,
right.
Make it not be tripping. Like, so there's like this kind of like info to have in your back pocket, like as a resource. Because hey, the Foxwell guys, okay, they are reporting the same thing that I'm seeing. Look at this. That can be a help. That can be a help. But even if you've got an inside man, sometimes with Meta, it doesn't work out. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. Before we let's keep going in our lightning round. A few more details on WAP ads have been placed on the timeline. I don't know if you saw this, but I want you to see it. Okay, this comes to us from IG_claims. Zach at IG_claims. He's a marketer, smoothscale.co. Got 60,000 followers. This is my first time to run across him on the interwebs, but he has this to say: WAP ads just dropped, and you have no idea what that means for the Meta ads industry. Actually, that's true. I didn't know what it means. That's why I was asking the question yesterday. He's got some knowledge here. It auto-generates creatives, handles bidding, pulls spend, and tracks performance all inside a simple dashboard without a fancy UI. Meanwhile, fluffy hair SMMA owners. What's SMMA owners? Do you know?
Social media marketing agency.
Okay. All right. Meanwhile, fluffy hair social media marketing agency owners are still running. We'll launch and manage your account setup offers LMAO. Iman Ghazi tactics no longer work here. The bar keeps getting higher and higher, bro. The requirements to make ads profitable are no longer the bare minimum media buying principles. To survive, you need pattern recognition that lets you look at an account, know within an hour whether the issue is the offer, the creative, or the structure, the kind that only comes from running thousands of ad variations. No more button clickers, only high-level strategies matter. Now, I didn't get that from yesterday's launch video. I'm glad to know this. I mean, I think this is significant. We're talking about auto-generating creative. Like, if that's true, that's a big deal. Auto-generating creative, handling bidding, pulling spend, tracking performance. We need somebody from WAP to come on here and talk with us about this, because if this is the case, significant to say the least. WAP has become a giant player inside of our space. Do you agree, Colin?
I agree. I would like to see some data before I make assumptions like this, where basically this is a bit of a hyperbole statement.
I mean, it seems like it. I mean, it does.
It's pretty hyperbole to basically just say, like, yeah, they're completely taking over an entire sector overnight. I'd like someone from WAP to come on and talk about this more. I'd also like to see inside of the actual platform and give me some data on how this is going to improve everything. Is it, I'm going to save a bunch of time? Are my ads going to cost less? Am I going to look like a big brain? What is the actual value out here? There's too much ambiguity here from a actual, in a launch standpoint. It's too ambiguous. I don't like the fact that it's too ambiguous. And it reminds me of remember the ad that we saw, Chris, where it was like Reddit on the side of the New York City, and it was their like it was their, and you're like,
yes.
you're being way too cute. Just say the thing. You know what I mean?
I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, I do. I remember
And
what
I
you're talking
think
about.
this is kind of what you need to say here. Does this drop CPMs? Say that thing. Is this going to save me 20 hours a week? Say that. Just by saying reinvest, relaunch, like you're just throwing a bunch of buzzwords at me. Like, what are you going to do for me? Because every AI thing is basically throwing buzzwords at me right now.
Well, I'd love to hear it. And we should talk. We should talk. WAP should come.
Let's do it.
WAP should come. This is our official invitation to the team from WAP. Come and tell us about WAP ads. We are very intrigued and interested. Now, before we finish our lightning round, Jack, I want to hit Seguno, and then we will finish our lightning round of stories. Ladies and gentlemen, Seguno is the only marketing suite that lives entirely inside of Shopify. That means your emails, your pop-ups, your banners, it's all there where you work and play every day. That means you don't have to seed trust in big email with their overinflated attribution, etc. Your Shopify data is your email data. This is email 3.0, and it's why they won the Shopify 2024 app build of the year. Okay. Lean teams, big aspirations, one-click automations, actual humans that can help you. They've just released the Advanced Shopify Segmentation Playbook. Get that at the link scrolling across below. Give you a free trial if you want to test drive this platform. Tell them Colin I sent you. They'll increase that free trial to 30 days, and they have something dropping very soon that we are going to be talking about when it is official and public. Many thanks for Seguno being part of the show. Now, as we move forward, you know, the whole Elon and Sam Altman thing is playing out in the courts right now. I think it's supposed to wrap up this week.
Should wrap up.
There was a comment that I think was meant to be negative about Elon that I actually take to be very positive. I do. I take it to be very positive. And that is that Elon likes to show memes to Sam Altman inside of really important business meetings. This story comes to us by way of nymag.com. And I want to read a little bit of this because to me, it made me like Elon even more. I don't know why I can't read this right now. It's telling me I need to sign up and start a free trial. I was able to read this earlier, but I will say this. It details as they're in an important engagement, they're talking, business being had, etc. Elon basically during the meeting and stopped the meeting in order to show everyone hilarious memes. Now, to me, this made me like Elon even more. And it made me say that, hey, the guy is the same in public as he is in private. His Twitter feed basically mirrors how he is acting in the most important business meetings inside of his world. That, to me, makes me like him even more. I actually like being interrupted. Let's look at some memes every now and again. We're talking biz. Everything's very serious. Now, I want to take a little break, and I want to look at some memes, and we all have an important laugh. I think that is crucial to business meetings inside of our space. Everybody needs a little levity every now and again. Change it up, mix it up, and be the same person that you are in public, in private, on Twitter, and in person. I think this is a win for Elon.
Yeah. We want to see the meme files. Release the meme files. I want to see what memes he was actually showing. I got inside that article, and one
you can see it.
Yeah, I'm in there, and one of the tweets says, Altman says there was a meeting at Tesla during the evening about folding OpenAI into Tesla for AI research, and then a long period of time with Elon showing us memes on his phone. The court reporter has to ask him to repeat memes on his phone loudly. Like, I need to see the memes. I need to see what these guys are talking about, where they're just like, yo, look at this Jensen meme. Look at this hilarious Jensen meme. This would be so good.
Release the meme files.
There it is. There it is.
Jack has pulled it up here. I think for whatever reason, everyone else can see it and I cannot. But I think everybody should go read this. I'm interested to see how this officially plays out. I don't know. I don't know if Elon gets the win. I don't know what happens with OpenAI. He's trying to he's saying there's a problem with OpenAI being a nonprofit and then becoming a for-profit. Like that's the problem. Do you have any indication of how this plays out? You've been watching this at all?
No indication, but I will say this is an indication that memes are a universal language.
They are.
They are spoken by the richest of our society.
They are.
And everyone in the world. The richest man in the world, he loves memes. Chris and I, we love memes.
It is the highest form of modern communication.
Your customers, they probably love some memes. Maybe, hey, that email campaign, you want to throw a meme in there? Yeah, they're going to like it.
You do. You want to use a meme. Memes make millions, as Jason Levin, the meme lord, has taught us. I am a user of his product, and I'm an advocate of using memes as the highest form of modern communication. Last story of the lightning round, marketing strategy, a little strategy talk from Heineken here, who is officially, trademarked. They are the official beer of soccer. Did you know this?
Yeah.
Heineken is the official beer of soccer. They are not sponsoring the World Cup. Okay. Decidedly. They are instead doing a number of things around the World Cup. It is a little mysterious, although maybe not, why the World Cup being here in America, it's like not that big a deal right now. Kind of nobody cares. Nobody's really thinking about it. It's going to be America, Canada, Mexico. It's like we hardly even remember that it's happening. But Heineken, as a specific strategy, the official beer of soccer is not participating officially in the World Cup. What are they doing instead? I read Heineken USA is pouring more marketing dollars into soccer this year ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup, although not participating in the World Cup. Specifically, the brewing company, which has trademarked itself as the official beer of soccer, is not an official World Cup sponsor. However, it's getting on the larger summer soccer hype by launching a limited edition soccer-themed 12-pack and 24-pack in retail partners across the U.S., including Publix. Okay, they are hosting various watch parties. Los Angeles, Houston, Philadelphia, New York City, Miami, Dallas, building out a new brand platform called Fans Have More Friends that consists of TV ads, events, and more. The brand platform is a key part of Heineken's strategy this year across major sporting events, as well as music festivals like Coachella. They have long embedded itself in the sport of soccer, partnering with the MLS, International Champions Club, et cetera, et cetera. They also sponsored the UEFA Champions League, although that partnership will end in 2027. World Cup is set to return to North America for the first time in 3 decades. Heineken is increasing its soccer spend by 189% year over year to capitalize on the sport's rapid growth across the Atlantic. However, not participating in the World Cup officially. Your thoughts on this, Colin? I will say I love the hey, we're doing watch party. We're doing watch parties, many cities across the U.S. Releasing 12, 24-pack, a special. Fans have more friends, vibes, boom, 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 push, 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 spending. Okay, we're spending, but not officially involved in the World Cup itself. I find this a little strange, but maybe maybe they are getting more bang for their buck by not participating. Your thoughts on this?
Come on. If you're the official beer of soccer, you got to be sponsoring the World Cup in some capacity. This is just, it's a little lame. It's a little lame. I understand there's some kind of, activations you can do around the World Cup. You can do these fun little things. But do you want to be the official beer of soccer or not? Because either you're going to be in the largest, piece and celebration and event of soccer as the official beer of soccer, or you're not, which kind of doesn't make you the official beer of sponsor of soccer. It's just it's pretty weird. It's like either you're half in, either you're fully in or you're out. So which one is it? What is it? You know what I mean?
It is a little strange. It is a little strange. We do have some commentary in this article from Adam Singer of AdQuick, VP at AdQuick. He is very popular on Twitter. I follow him. I follow him. He had this to say: marketing activations like these. He's commenting on their activations. They do have a sense, or ones that have a sense of camaraderie do go a long way, said Adam Singer, VP of Marketing at out-of-home advertising platform AdQuick. A campaign or event that draws people together will always outperform pure product feature messaging during a cultural event like this, he told Modern Retail. People aren't thinking about themselves as consumers in these moments. They're thinking about being part of something bigger. The brands that mirror that feeling win. I tend to think, why not both?
Exactly.
If they're going to like 189% is what they're spending on soccer this year as opposed to last year, if they're going to up that spend tremendously, put on these cool, unique events, release the new 12, 24 pack, why not like go ahead and like just be there? Inside the stadium, people you see it on TV. Probably people are going to be watching this World Cup. I mean, how many billions of people are going to be watching the World Cup? Probably at least over 1 billion, I would guess, are going to view and watch the World Cup. Why not? Why not be on the commercials too? As the official beer of soccer, when you're operating on Heineken's level, I would just think like, go ahead and do both. I love the activations push, but they're just. I would think at their level, not necessary to play the like, let's save a little budget game.
Half in, half out.
Yeah, let's do cool activations around it and not officially be part of it. Like, I don't think they need to play that. I'd rather see them do both.
And think about this for a sec, where winner of the World Cup, they got the World Cup in their hands. You crack open a couple Heinekens in there because now they're the official sponsor. They're the official beer. And now you have the champions of the World Cup on the field, putting some Heineken inside of the World Cup and drinking that. A couple of those shots. And guess what? That's your new ad campaign for the next 12 months.
I feel that. And that being said, it really foreshadows the ad versus ad segment that we have coming up. And I feel that I've got this one in the bag. I really do.
I feel fine about mine.
I think I've got this one
cracked.
in the bag. I purposefully have not mentioned it up until this moment, but it fits right in this lane, baby. World Cup, good times, togetherness. I think we've got this one in the bag on my side. But before we get there, let's talk about Rocked After Sale. Ladies and gentlemen, most D2C brands are obsessed with getting the next customer, as they should be. But the real lever is just making more profit from the orders you already get, is it not? Let's say you're doing 5,000 orders a month. If you can add $3 to $4 to each one of those without touching your ads, don't you think that would be awesome? Yeah, it is. That is what brands like Olakai, Cozy Earth, Groove Life, they're all doing that with Rocked After Sale right now. Adding post-purchase upsells and downsells from cart through the thank you page, stacking an extra 30 to 50 cents per order just by showing premium offers from Disney Plus and Venmo, etc. It's high margin revenue straight to your bottom line. No hit to conversion, no impact on LTV, and you can be live within minutes. It is a no-brainer. If you are already getting orders, you should be getting more out of them. Go to aftersale.com/offers. Start monetizing, get more dollars out of what you have already built. Many thanks for them being part of the show. Now, we have come to ad versus ad, which is a brutal competition in which I and Colin have selected an ad from the week, perhaps the top ad of the week. We shall show one another's selections, then talk about it, discuss, debate, and Jack, our illustrious producer and esteemed big brain marketer, she shall decide who is the winner of this throwdown. Colin, I would like you to go first. I have prepared and sent your links to Jack for her to show, including the landing page. I would like you to go first, sir.
Jack, can you show my ad? Amazing. So let's talk about IME. This is, can you dive a little bit into that actual photo, Jack?
It's hurting. It hurts right now because we're zoomed out. We're zoomed out right now, and I feel like it's hurting. It's hurting, Colin.
Well, okay. So when you are actually diving into the photo here, it says 90 ingredients, and it is one drink, 90 ingredients. And then it also immediately is hitting you with a 30% off so that you know exactly what you're getting. This is your classic, hey, there's going to be a great discount for you, 30% off. Here's all the value stack. They're also throwing these really amazing fruits around it, kind of giving you the vibe for what this drink is going to taste like. One drink, 90 ingredients, a really great value prop for you to have, and pretty substantial. Can we jump to the actual offer itself? This is why I'm so excited about this, because they dive right into a subscription lander for the 7 reasons why you should actually do this and have the support for this. So if you actually scroll through this, this is a lander that is giving a bunch of social proof, basically upselling you on the rest of the product itself, going through all of the key things, pushing in a ton of different research, throwing in scientific stuff, throwing in math, so throwing in all of the support. Keep going. Yep, exactly. So they are constantly selling you. Then they're doing some social proof here. 700,000 plus customers have purchased before. Throwing social proof again. More reviews from Trustpilot. Keep on going. Absolutely incredible. They're throwing in the saffron. They're throwing in the actual science behind things. They're using this to sell you on the rest of the entire product. And then they're throwing actually their credibility behind it. So who actually is the team behind this? They're throwing that in there. Now they're saying, hey, try it risk-free. After all of that, after all of this research we've poured into it, 90 ingredients, try it risk-free, super easy. And then guess what? You can get a subscription, 90-day supply right there. This is a beautiful lander. This is a home run lander that actually just goes with a pretty simple, basic ad. But this is a basic ad that's going to be evergreen, and it's going to stay in there. This thing's going to ride with you. It's going to lock in there. You're going to have it for months, maybe years. And then this beautiful lander is the cherry on top. This is how you build an ad account with heroes like these.
It is beautiful. It is beautiful. And I wish that we could have seen the creative a little better, because it is beautiful. It is a beautiful ad. Now, should we take that zoom out, and dock it against your score? I mean, I'm not the ultimate decider of that. It may work against you. It may work against you. But a great landing page, beautiful product. I don't exactly know why I need it, but 90 ingredients, totally fair, and it looks delicious, and I don't have to swallow a bunch of horse pills. Totally fair. Now, I'd like to move forward. I'd like to move forward to this incredible new product on display. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you, the game ball for the World Cup. Miller Lite is launching a new 12-pack, the reloadable MVP match ball, in time for the World Cup. It holds up to 12 cans, and it comes with a display stand. You can literally put your cans inside of the ball. The ad says Miller Time on us. Or, I'm sorry. No, it says Miller Time is on us, and it has the us.us because the World Cup is in the United States. One can literally have the entirety of your 12-pack of Miller Lite inside of the soccer ball while you are watching the World Cup. Now, let's go to the lander. Let's look at this thing. Lest you believe, surely, Chris, this does not exist. Now, right now, we gotta prove that we're old enough, Jack.
Gosh, maybe some
insert your info.
For you on that.
We gotta insert your info, Jack. It's not my fault. Not my fault. I inserted my info. Wow. It is requesting that I insert my info again. But look at this thing. Look at this. Look at this beautiful, beautiful trophy-esque yet functional stand that I can put my cold Miller Lite inside of, pass that bad boy around, not only facilitate a good time, but make a memory with my friends as we take in the first World Cup on this side of the world in like 30 years in North America. Truly unique product. I think this thing in and of itself, it doesn't take too much selling. You just need to see it. You look at it, and then I got to have this for World Cup 2026. Banger. Absolute banger. Your rebuttal?
Hey, dude, do you like warm beer? Oh, yeah. Let me just grab my soccer ball that's been holding our warm beers this whole time. Yeah, sweet. Let me just pull it out of here.
You don't know that it's warm. You're making that up. You're asserting that, and you don't know.
Cold.
You don't know that it's warm. You
But
don't
you don't know
that.
that it's cold.
Well, we also don't know. We also don't know that your IM8 tastes good. We don't. Just because it's got berries around it doesn't mean it doesn't taste like vitamins. We don't know.
At least my IM8 did a better job selling on the landing page than this.
No. Let me tell you. Let me give you the selling points. Okay. The MVP match ball is coming soon. Okay. The first drop comes on May 20th. First of its kind. There's a lot of supplements out there. This is the first of its kind collectible Miller Time MVP match ball. Holds 12 Miller Lights, iconic symbol of soccer. Takes that, makes the ultimate watch party centerpiece. Fully reloadable. Comes with a stand. So from kickoff to final whistle, you can display it proudly on game day. One per household. You can only buy one per household. Okay. When this thing drops, discounts do not apply. Okay. What are we doing? We're selling scarcity. Okay. It's coming May 20th. Only one per household. You got to get it while it's hot. May never be coming back. No discounts to be had. This thing's going to sell through the roof. Great job selling on the Lander.
I know exactly what is going to happen with this is you're going to stock this thing full of beer, and then people are going to play around with it, throw the ball around a ton, and then they're going to go open up a beer, and it's going to be an explosion because people have been throwing the soccer ball around.
I would not recommend that. I would recommend cherishing it and having your cold Miller Lite with a unique watching experience for the World Cup. First time in North America in 30 years. Now, Jack, I would love you to be an astute, wise judge here of who has won ad versus ad for this week. The first of a few segments choosing Collins. That's a bad idea.
Come on.
It's really bad. A rare L for you, Jack. A rare L. I don't understand it. I don't understand it, but we'll have to roll with that for now. I don't even know how to progress from here. The landing page is great. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Well, it's not called landing page versus landing page. It's called ad versus ad.
But they're both. You need for an ad to be great, it needs to point to a great landing page. They are one and the same.
I will just point out the competition is called ad versus ad.
It's a full funnel,
not landing page. It's not funnel versus funnel. It's not funnel versus funnel. It's ad versus ad. I'm just
because the ad points to such a great landing page. It makes it beautiful. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. As we move forward, we're going to test drive some jingles that Colin has created in combination with AI. We're going to test drive them here. We're going to put them out. And we're going to let people vote on them. Okay. And I may have some thoughts. As we test drive these things. But before we do that, let's talk about Postscript. Ladies and gentlemen, focus is an amazing thing. Is it not? Yes, it is. When one focuses, you get outsized results. That's why when people make the switch from whatever SMS partner they have that does 6 or 7 or 8 things all together and make the switch to Postscript, who only does SMS, they see on average a plus 22% increase in SMS revenue. Now, I didn't see that. I saw a whole lot more. We went from making very little money on SMS to being a top 1% account on their entire platform. What was the secret, Chris? I just did what they said. That is the secret. And what they are saying now is that there's a whole lot of money being left on the table when you leave your customers on red, when they actually text you back. Go to the conversation report, direct-to-consumer.co/the conversation report. You're going to get all the data, and you are going to get the capabilities of Postscript's new AI shopper, who can have conversation with all of your customers one-to-one, brand appropriate, brand knowledge, brand product knowledge, etc., one-to-one, while you can't. You don't want to leave your customers on red. And even worse, you don't want to send them an autoresponder. Hey, email us at blah, 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 blah. Let Postscript make money for you while you sleep, especially if you sleep in the afternoon, which is legal texting hours. We actually just had Nate Lagos who came on and talked to us about his first initial experience with AI Shopper, made him an extra $17,000 on the first day they turned it on. Go talk with Postscript, utilize their AI capabilities, let them make you more money. Many thanks for them being part of the show. Now, I would like to, why don't you set this up? Set up what you have done here, Colin. Tell us about the tools that you have used, and then I will be the DJ that will play these for us and
sure.
bring these to the good people who are watching here, and we can talk through this as we go.
So laying the foundation here, I found Suno AI. It's a really easy to use kind of music app that will generate music based off of what you input. So you can put a bunch of text description and then it will generate that type of music that you like. You can do a bunch of different genres. It is incredibly user friendly. And I made these for our show. I'm trying to figure out some use cases. Potentially, we could use those as our intro song. We could use some as, some ad versus ad jingles, some other segments as well. But it really lands this kind of amazing professional feel along with the context that you're giving it to make this really incredible, AI song. So with that being said,
I would say that I'm very much in favor of this. Very much. We need more jingles.
Exactly.
Especially being an 80s, 90s kid.
Yeah.
I've still got earworm jingles in my head that I could sing. I could sing for all of our delight on the show right now, but I will reserve that, and I won't do that right now. But big fan of jingles, big fan of what Suno is doing. This is our first experimentation with it. I have yet to play with the tool itself, but we'd like to play. I have 2. I know you've created 4 or more.
Yeah.
I've got 2 examples here that I'd like to play for the good people, and we'll take a vote, get some comments. I may have test driven these a little bit, but why don't we play and then I'll stop. We'll make some comments, talk back and forth, and we can see what has come forth here. First, Ecomm Cowboy potential intro song, number 1. Is that fair? Potential intro song?
Potential intro song.
Okay, let's play it. Let's see what we get.
Is this not a vibe?
Get up, pull up with the good ideas. Big carts, real gears.
Okay, wait. What is he saying? What is he saying?
I don't know. You got to listen.
Okay, you don't know what he's saying? You don't have the lyrics?
I couldn't hear it.
All right, let's see again.
Founders, creators in the zone. Operators making brands their own. From first click to the final sale.
First click to the final sale. Now, here's what I will say. It's definitely got a country twang to it. It's got a country vibe to it. Maybe a little on the nose. I mean, I don't know. Could be a little on the nose. I feel like we're square dancing and Tim McGraw is playing or something. But it's got a great beat to it. Let's listen to what.
We know the hustle, we know the tale. Best marketers, sharp and bold, turning good products into gold.
Best marketers, sharp and bold, turning good products into gold.
Kind of a bar. Kind of
a bar. Should we give it a little more leash here and let her go?
I think the chorus is coming up.
Okay, let's hear the chorus.
If you build, if you ship, if you scale, this is the lane where the strong ones prevail. Bring the learnings, bring the spark. We're lighting it up from the start. Ecomm Cowboy, right on in. Direct to consumer all the way. Best brands, best minds here to play. Shout it loud.
Wow.
Right? It's a vibe. Yeah.
Wow.
Ask me how long that took me to make.
How long did it take you?
10 seconds.
That's crazy.
It's crazy, right? Okay, you want to play the second one?
Yeah, let's play the second one.
We own both of these, by the way. We own both.
Incredible.
It's literally, it costs like almost no money.
The chorus was like so strong. Ecomm Cowboy.
It's a vibe.
It's just like, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Let's let's test drive number 2 here.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh, that's got a little driving beat to it.
Get up. Pull up with the good ideas. Late nights, big carts, real gears. Founders, creators in the zone. Operators making brands their own. From first click to the final sale. We know the hustle, we know the tale. Best marketers, sharp and bold. Turning good products into gold.
Wow.
If you share, if you scale. This is the lane where the strong ones prevail.
Wow.
Bring the learnings, the spark.
Wow.
We're lighting it up from the start.
Here we go.
Ecomm Cowboy, ride on in. Ecomm Cowboy, let it begin.
Whoa.
Direct to consumer all the way. Best brands, best minds, here to play. Ecomm Cowboy.
Golly.
Ecomm Cowboy, drive the
Is that not a vibe?
I mean, like, what are we doing? I feel like
Yes.
we should be spending all our days, like, we should be spending all our time making songs.
Guess how long that took me to make?
10 seconds.
5 seconds. It's
This
so
is
fun.
Crazy.
It's so fun too. You're just like messing around with it. Like you can just do so much cool stuff.
I think I'm like blown away by the quality. I'm
Yeah.
literally blown away. I mean,
It's so good.
you know, like, I don't know where the words came from. I mean, did
Yeah.
you give it words?
No. I just
Great.
I described our show. I told it what I wanted it for. I described our show and maybe 5 or 6 sentences of a prompt, and that was it. It came up with everything.
I feel like I'm going to like a country music concert, and it's like top peak moment of the
Doesn't that
whole
feel good?
concert. There's a giant bonfire.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's crazy.
So the unreal part of that is we own both of those songs now. We have the full licensing to those. We can use those however we like on any assets we want. It took me maybe sub 10 seconds to come up with both of those. I immediately got them as MP3 files, so I can kind of put them into any video we need. You can immediately transfer those into intro, whatever. And if I really wanted to, you can actually dive into the songs themselves and say like, oh, you know, like you're kind of getting it here. I'd like for you to edit it at this point and like kind of go down this way. So you can fine tune the song. But that was just a one shot. Both of those were just pure one shots.
That is bananas.
Yeah. And it's so fun. You're just like, okay, well, now I want to talk about, now I want to do other stuff. And you're just like, it's so easy.
Can we make, I would assume that we can make like some jingles for brands, like our brand friends here on the Wall of Fame.
Easily. You just have to talk through it. Basically, I want to make this thing. Here's what the brand is about. Here's what they do. Here's kind of what I'm trying to do. And then maybe if you were to give it some past jingles that you know, and then it'll come with it. And then also genres too. You can do genres.
That is wild. I mean, you know, it's like the quality of the music and like the
it's a vibe, right?
I mean, it's like powerful.
It's kind of a vibe. Yeah.
Kind of a vibe for sure.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe.
Which one did you like? One or two?
Well,
First one or second one?
I like the. I mean, okay. I think I like number 2 better.
Yeah.
I think I like number 2 better. I like the. I mean, it's like so powerful.
Yeah, it's nice. It's pretty nice.
Wow. It makes me maybe we should use Suno a little more.
It's sick and it's crazy cheap.
Jack, what's your vote? Can we get a vote from Jack?
What are you feeling, Jack? 1 or 2?
Jack likes number 2. She likes 2.
Everybody's liking 2. 2's the vibe.
Well, I mean, people don't know this, but Jack is like a lover of country music. I mean, it's like all she listens to. I mean,
You know what we could do? We could make a song in the same genre so it sounds like Cat's Eye. Is that cool? You can literally make one in like 5 seconds and literally be like, I'm giving you permission to like use Cat's Eye and Gnarly and all this stuff. Make me a song using all of that about us, and it'll do it in 5 seconds.
You're gonna watch the show today, gang.
It'll literally make that. It's crazy.
That's wild.
It's crazy.
Well, I think that we should explore this a little more
Yeah.
and, see if we can persuade Jack away from this genre. I don't think that we can because she is, she's a lover of
She's
country
a
music.
lover of country music.
But maybe we
Her and
could.
Toby Keith are like this.
Yeah, I mean, she's big. Should have been a Cowboy favorite song.
Yeah.
Favorite of mine too. But
Yeah.
we shall have to see as we move forward. We'll close out the day. We missed our friend. We
did.
Nathan. Did he text you? Did he? I mean, we got to get him back.
Yeah. We'll hit him back.
I want to talk OLIPOP.
We got to.
Yeah, I think we
got
need
to.
it. We got to talk OLIPOP, and we need to talk Iris. He's an investor in Iris.
Yeah. He said sent a couple emails. Unfortunately, needed to reschedule. I am so sorry.
Well, we're sorry too, but we love you, Nathan.
All good.
And we shall have you back as we move forward to best of the rest and our moment of Zen for the day. Z-E-N, not Z-Y-N. As we move forward, let's talk about incense, ladies and gentlemen. We all want better ads, do we not? Yes, we do. We do. And we'd love to have actual humans involved. That would be nice, who are good at what they do. But we all know this process is so disjointed. Actually finding the creators, manually negotiating usage rights, et cetera, et cetera. It is a headache. That is why Incense exists. It is the all-in-one UGC and influencer marketing platform that actually makes creative scalable. Vetted creator marketplace, not just you finding people, but then applying to you. Automated influencer outreach, built-in campaign management. Get content in as little as 14 days. So much better than just finding a rando TikTok and hoping it changes the trajectory of your business. We're talking real relationships with real creators. They have just released the UGC Playbook 2.0. Get it at the URL scrolling across the screen. You're going to get why the era of Andromeda is a good thing and what the path forward is. It is modular UGC. Spoiler alert, go to incense.pro, test drive that platform today. Many thanks for Incense being part of the show. Now, best of the rest as we wrap up today's show. Temu must be stopped, according to Corey Dobbin. He has released this picture. Okay, we're probably going to need to zoom in on this picture, Jack. I don't know if we can do this thing, but we got to zoom in on it. Okay, in order to get the full effect here. Corey says, Temu must be stopped. My wife, who is the most girly girl, pink and cakes and dresses type of girl ever, just got this insane ad on her Pinterest while looking for pretty things. And what are we seeing here? It's essentially like a picture of a guy that has like a lion face. And it's like he's got some kind of thing that makes him look like Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
He's got like a lion face. Got some appendage that you add to your face to look like a lion. We've got sweatpants that have the picture of John Pork on them. You're aware of John Pork?
So aware of John Pork. Super weird.
So aware of John Pork. Hilarious content surrounding John Pork. Putting him inside the frames of your older loved ones and simply leaving them on the walls for your older grandparents to discover and say, who is this? Oh, it's John Pork. And then also some underwear that says warning, fart now loading.
Crazy.
I have to say, the John Pork pants to me are hilarious. So I loved the Nicolas Cage sweatpants that we featured yesterday.
So great.
I think probably not the appropriate targeting here.
Who's the media buyer for Temu? What is going on here?
I don't know.
Also, what is their creative approval process here?
Yeah,
Is it just like, hey, here's the most absurd items we can physically find, run these as ads? Because that might actually be what it is.
It could be.
Yeah.
Perhaps this was targeting for wife to buy a gift for husband. And in that vein, perhaps very appropriate. What if Corey likes John Pork?
Maybe.
What if he likes, kind of crude humor underwear?
I mean, Temu is trying to sell steaks right now, and I'm not really sure if this is going to help them do that.
Maybe not. But I do find the food thing interesting for them. I really do.
Yeah.
Next, Zayn Ali of Zenith Agency has had his First Amendment rights violated. He was interacting on the Jones Road Beauty live stream. yesterday, I believe this was, or was it today? Was this yesterday? This was yesterday.
Yesterday.
He was interacting with the Jones Road Beauty live stream, and he said, "Can we get the CEO, Cody Plofker, to demonstrate any of the products on the live?" Had a number of people, following, enjoying the live stream. 12,000 likes, I believe, at this point. And next, after he made that comment, says, "Your comment wasn't posted because you're muted for the entire live." Now, I don't know. I don't know why that happened, but you can see the picture here of him commenting, and then he got notified thereafter. Your comment wasn't posted. Apparently, he has been banned and restricted from interacting on Jones Road's live streams on TikTok. Your thoughts on this, Colin? Is this wise of Jones Road and CEO Cody Plofker, or is this dangerous? Should Zane be allowed to say and interact as he so desires?
I think this is just saying that brands need to have a little bit more fun. I mean, it would have just been so funny if they would have actually entertained him.
It would have been funny for me, for sure.
It would have been funny
for me.
They could have done a whole hilarious YouTube video, long form style, of we're actually going to bring our CEO Cody and we're going to try the stuff on him. He never wears makeup. We're going to see how he looks on it. They could have totally leaned into it and made this super funny thing about this. I would just recommend that brands have some more fun in 2026 and don't take themselves too seriously.
I think the right move is just go ahead and block Zane. I think was the right move.
No shot. You can never block Zane. Zane's too good.
Imagine Vermont doing a live stream and Zane being in the comments. I mean, good times had by all, but perhaps the people who are actually delivering that live stream.
Yeah, for sure.
I would have enjoyed it though. I would have enjoyed it. Last, we shall finish out here with this story from Adweek. YouTube's Brandcast puts creator partnerships front and center, and Google's Sean Downey had a particularly interesting POV. This whole article, he talks about many things, but specifically, he had a quote I was interested in that I would like to get your view on. He has this to say when talking about creator partnerships. Advertisers, should they be buying directly from creators rather than buying from YouTube, etc.? And he says he's talking about branding and performance. He says a brand doesn't have to choose between branding and performance. They can do both. We generate brand lift with creators, and we drive long and short-term ROI through other platforms and formats. And then he delivers this line: YouTube delivers double the long-term ROAS of TV and other platforms. We drive action in the short and long term. Hopefully, advertisers understand that you can work with creators, tap into commerce, and let our AI-powered tools scale creative and maximize effectiveness. I am particularly interested in this phrase, the sentence, YouTube delivers double the long-term ROAS of TV and other platforms. Your thoughts on this, Colin? I mean, double is significant. Double ROAS long-term is significance of TV and other platforms.
I will believe it when I see it. I'd like to see it. I want to see it. And I want YouTube and Google to invest more into creators. And if this is actually the case, and this kind of leads the way for creators to have some even more impact within that industry, and YouTube and Google are putting those people at the forefront of their marketing and at the forefront of their company, and making sure that more brands are working with more creators as a result because they're getting better performance. This is a net win for everybody. And in that case, I absolutely love this.
It is a bold statement.
It's a bold statement.
I will have to see the numbers
Got to see the numbers
in order to agree. Show me. Show me. It is as if I am from Missouri right now. You're gonna have to show me the data. I don't know that it's a bold.
I want to believe it. I want to believe it.
I'm open. I'm open.
I'm open.
But you got to show me
Show me.
double the ROAS of
That's
TV
crazy.
and other platforms.
That's crazy.
I'm open to looking. But it is a bold statement. Many thanks to Justin Buckley for joining us on the show. Many thanks to Incense, Seguno, Postscript, Rocked, Aftercell, Axon by App11, Proxima, Universal Ads for making this show possible. As we leave here, Colin, I'd like to give you the last word for our listeners and watchers before we get out of here.
If you're a brand, don't ban Zane from your live. Invite him in.
He'll definitely make it more interesting. That is the case for sure. Zane will stir the pot, and we welcome him to our live at all times. You know, we should have had Zane on today to talk about FBT. Maybe we can get him for tomorrow. We need to have him on to talk about fulfillment by TikTok. Many thanks for joining us. We will be back tomorrow. Many guests still yet to come. It's Wednesday. We got a big one Thursday, Friday that is coming. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you on the other side.